Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, we have to talk about more upcoming anniversary units, of course, because the information about the rare recruits and for the Oiran trio with Nami Robin and Boa Hancock is now released, so of course we are going to break them down. But hold on a second. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Anniversary content is about to pick up steam, so make certain you subscribe to not miss out. And now, after the shameless plug, let's begin with the Oiran trio because these girls are actually a legend unit. Not a Super Sugofest legend, but still a legend, and that means we are going to have 5 parts in the Sugofest banner, not 4. So 4 new legends in total for the 8th anniversary of the game. All the information that will be displayed in this video is from the official One Piece Treasure Cruise Discord and from Godot, so shout out to him, and link to join the Discord will be in the description. Nami Robin and Boa is a strength character, and for their captain ability we have the following. They recover 5 times their RCV at the end of each turn, and they allow overheal, capping at 2 times their HP. They boost Free Spirit and Striker characters' attack by 4.5 times, up to 5.25 times though, depending on the amount of HP recovered in the previous turn. I think it is pretty nice that we get another overhealing captain, and we also see glimpses of V3 Boa Hancock, the Summer Legend, that actually gives you more of an attack boost the more healing you did in the previous turn, but with this unit we can also automatically recover HP at the end of each turn, which I think is very nice for survivability and of course combining that fact with the overheal mechanic. They don't really make any slots beneficial or give any extra utility other than the healing, but this is an overheal unit, so it is understandable. Proceeding to the special ability, they reduce cruise cooldown by 1 turn, again with only 1 turn special cooldown reductions, not 2, so maybe not that useful. They also reduce paralysis and attack down by 8 turns though, which is incredible, and then they apply the overhealing buff for 1 turn, while also recovering 60 times their RCV. For all of you that do not know, the overhealing buff is actually a buff that allows your crew to overheal even if this unit is not your captain, let's say, or if generally you do not have a captain that allows you to overheal, exactly like the V2 Shirahoshi Manseries swap. Moreover, for their special, if HP is full when the special is launched, they boost Free Spirit and Striker characters' color affinity by 2.75 times, otherwise for 2.5 times. A color affinity boost, funnily enough, is the thing that was missing from the entirety of yesterday's video that we saw the new legends, the other 3, and here we get a color affinity boost which absolutely makes sense. We also get all of the great healing and utility, which I really like, especially the attack down removal for 8 turns. This is also a super type unit, of course for strength, and if you have 5 or more Free Spirit and Striker characters in your crew, then you can activate the special. So a very similar unit to Summer Vivi and Summer Reiju. For the special, if you have access to it, they heal 25% of crew's maximum HP, they reduce bind for 6 turns, and then they turn everyone into a strength unit. So we have utility for bind specifically in their super type special, which I think is awesome, and finally about time to start seeing some utility in super type abilities because we haven't really seen it so far. Yes, some units contain it, like Bonnie for example, that removes fear for 3 turns, but not a lot of them. Normally and in most cases we see some kind of boosting in damage. Of course the super type special is not anything crazy, because if the quest does not contain bind, then you just get the healing and nothing else. This unit is not a Super Sugofest exclusive unit, but still has a last up ability. You just need to enter the final stage as the condition, extremely easy to fulfill, and the effect goes as follows. They change their own orb, including block, into matching, very nice, and boost their own base attack by plus 2000. This can also stack with another base attack boost, which is great for this unit to do tons of damage, especially if we combine them with Toki. We turn them into the Toki Toki state, and then they come out with a high attack boost, a high orb boost, they get a color affinity boost, and they also get a boost in base attack. They can do tons of damage. Their sailor abilities are also pretty good. They reduce crew special cooldown by 1 at the start of the adventure. As a sailor, I think no other unit in the game does that. And also, as a second sailor, they recover 1000 HP at the end of each turn. I also think no other unit does that, so two unique sailor abilities that I am a big fan of, and I definitely like this unit even though it is not the best one that will be introduced in the anniversary as a legend, it is still a great addition to the game. For their support, at level 5, at the start of the second stage, they reduce supported characters' cooldown by 1 and change their slot into matching. They can be attached to Free Spirit and Striker characters, and the slot manipulation does not go through block slots, so it's not an amazing support, but still something that can give you a matching slot and 1 extra turn of special cooldown reduction if you need it. For the Pirate Rumble players, you can also see their Pirate Rumble abilities over here, but overall this is a very decent unit. I am not going to say it is better than any of the other 3 legends we saw, but it makes sense. I do not think it is supposed to be better or intended to. But good abilities, great artwork, and generally for the anniversary a fitting unit. The unit obviously has disadvantages. For example, if you do not need some or all of the utility it can offer, I do not think you are going to use it just for the healing and then the color affinity boost, but you might, you never know. I just think you are going to prefer another color affinity boosting unit that can also give you utility in the quest you are playing. And of course, it is based around Free Spirit and Striker units, not strength as well, even though it is a strength super type unit. Still a decent unit though, that's for certain. Moving on to the rare recruits now. First up, we have rare recruit Zoro, who will be a dex unit, and his special goes as follows. Of course, the captain ability for this rare recruit is not important. He reduces percent damage reduction and damage threshold by 5 turns, very nice. If your captain is a slasher or a Free Spirit character, he boosts the color affinity of slasher and Free Spirit characters by 2 for 1 turn. Pretty standard, another color affinity booster alongside the Oiran trio, but the utility this unit can provide as a Zoro and a Straw Hat, which of course means he can unlock many superclass or super type abilities, is great. As a sailor, if this character attacks with a tandem orb, he adds 0.2 to the color affinity multiplier. Very interesting. Sailor abilities now based around tandem mechanics. I like it, something new, and I think this Zoro is a very decent RR. Moving on to Sanji, who is also dex. For his special, he adds 1.1 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn, so a chain boost, and if your captain is a fighter or Free Spirit, he reduces paralysis, bind and special bind by 5 turns. Great special, and we see the opposite that we see in the Zoro special. He provides a boost in damage, and then if your captain meets certain conditions, he provides utility. Zoro is the opposite. And for Sanji, his sailor abilities, he completely removes special bind on himself. Thank you, not only legends and limited rare recruits need to do that, now he can completely evade the special bind and then also remove it for 5 turns. For his other sailor ability, if this character attacks with a tandem orb, he adds 0.2 to additional chain boost. So just like Zoro, he increases the boost he can provide through his special, which I think is really nice. And it is a bit weird that Zoro does not have another sailor ability, but probably it is a generic one, that is why it is not mentioned in the Discord. I also think they have a generic support, and that is why it is not mentioned. For King though, who is a strength unit, for his special, he boosts the attack of Striker and Powerhouse characters by 2.25 times for 1 turn, and if your captain is a Striker or Powerhouse, he reduces Despair, Attack Down and Special Bind by 5 turns. An exceptional special, if of course your captain meets the requirements. And then just like Sanji, he completely removes Special Bind on himself. Awesome. And if this character attacks with a tandem or a Wano slot, because of the new Kaido, he adds 0.2 to the attack boost multiplier. Which is actually insane. For a rare recruit to almost provide a 2.5 times attack boost, even for 2 classes, it is crazy good. This King is an awesome unit, that is for certain. He also has a support where once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, he changes supported character's orb into tandem and reduces attack down and despair by 1 turn, a great support as well. And he can of course be attached to Kaido, Jack and Queen. Very solid support, and now the Kaido crew becomes even better with even more units to use. Then we have RR Recruit Queen, who is also strength, and his special goes as follows. He reduces enemies' percent damage reduction and defense up by 5 turns, and locks all orbs for 1 turn. If your captain is a striker or powerhouse, the same condition as king, he adds plus 900 base attack to striker and powerhouse characters for 1 turn. Definitely decent, removing 5 turns of defensive effects is awesome. I like the locking the orbs utility, and then he only boosts base attack, but for plus 900 it's not bad. Probably a level down from king, but still a decent special. For his sailor ability, if this character attacks with a tandem or Wayno slot, he reduces enemies' resistance from striker and powerhouse characters by 10%. Very interesting. The first unit ever that can reduce resistance to striker and powerhouse. And his support at level 5. Once per an adventure, when the supported character uses their special, he changes supported character's orb into tandem and adds plus 200 base attack to striker and powerhouse characters for 1 turn. He can of course be attached to Kaido, King and Jack. A solid support. I like the orb manipulation that he and King provide, but unfortunately it does not go through block slots. And finally we have RR Recruit Jack, also a strength unit, who for his special adds 1.1 to the chain multiplier, and if your captain is striker or powerhouse, reduces bind and paralysis for 5 turns, while also reducing threshold by 5 turns. A great special. Similarly to Sanji, he can provide a chain boost, and if your captain meets specific requirements, then he does provide great utility as well. For his sailor, if he has a tandem or Wayno slot, you can add 0.2 to the chain boost, just like Sanji, and then for his support, once per an adventure, when the supported character uses their special, he changes supported character's orb into tandem and reduces bind and paralysis duration by 1 turn. It's not mentioned, but I am certain he can be attached to Kaido, Queen and King, and another great support from the Kaido crew rare recruits. I really like those because the little utility can really help you in some of the newer quests, because we see 6 turn debuffs or defensive effects to the enemy be added, especially in Kizuna, and the 5 turn of removal sometimes is not enough. I have to be honest, great rare recruits. All of them are simple, they do one thing, if your captain meets requirements, they do more things. Easy to use and very straightforward, and of course they cater around their legends, so Zoro and Sanji cater around Luffy more, and the Kaido rare recruits cater around Super Tandem Kaido more. And that's the breakdown of every new anniversary rare recruit. All of them are very good rare recruits, and also the Oiran trio legend with Nami Robin and Boa Hancock. Tell me in the comments down below what do you think of these characters and if you want a specific one more than the others. For a breakdown and an extensive discussion on the rest of the anniversary legends, you can check the video on the left as well. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.